most writers write from their life, and I wrote Brooklyn Baby because I had no living Brooklyn, and I happened to have 2 babies, and I noticed there were a lot of other babies in Brooklyn. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to kind of write a book about my babies, but also for other babies in Brooklyn to enjoy?
Okay. What inspired you to write a book?
Well, I sit every night and read with my children. And sometimes when I'm reading with them, I like the books that I read, and sometimes when I read, I think, oh, well, wouldn't it be great if there was a book that was a little bit more about our life, things that we do every day. So that's sort of what was the inspiration.
When you wrote your book, where did you do it?
What a good question. Well, I used a computer. I also used paper and pencil. I wrote some of it at home. I also wrote at a cafe. There's a cafe locally that I like to work at with some coffee.
Okay, that's good. How long did it take you to write a book?
Well, I would say from the beginning of the idea until the end, it probably took about 3 months because I had to work with an illustrator and I had to tell the illustrator all the different types of pictures that I wanted to be incorporated in.
Okay. Will you publish another book? Why or why not?
Absolutely, I hope so. Because I'd love to have a whole library full of books because I have all these ideas.
Okay, I just wanted to check it.
Have you ever interviewed anyone before? You're very good at this.
Thank
I feel very comfortable.
Thanks. Were you ever frustrated when you were writing your book? If you were frustrated, what frustrated you the most?
Well, I certainly was frustrated. I could tell you a lot of things.
You can tell me one if you want to, or if you're
No,
fine with it.
Thank you for giving that option, not the answer, but I will. I was frustrated. I think the hardest part was trying to figure out what words made the most sense, and sometimes my editor took out words that I didn't want him to take out. And I got frustrated because I really wanted a certain page to be one way, and they said, oh, Lisa, I think no. So working with the teamwork of the editing was tricky.
I think you do. How did you, how did you calm yourself down or focus while you were writing the book?
Good question. Well, I mentioned that cafe. Coffee does make me happy, and they play good music there. And sometimes I would just take a break.
What tools did you use to help write your book?
Well, I have certain pens that I love, and I have paper that I like, a notebook. I have my computer, an iPad, and I have a notebook where I like to keep some lists.
Is there anything else you want me to know about you, your book, or your life as a writer?
Yes, I guess I'd love to tell you that. I think it's hard. I think it's really, really hard to come up with ideas. So I think sometimes as writers, you guys in school, I feel your pain. Sometimes you might have an idea, but then one day it just doesn't come out. So I have to keep trying. It's like a muscle that I'm still trying to build and work on and strengthen. So I really understand what you kids are getting at. I think actually my second graders are very, very interested in this interview process because as I've turned around, they're all here. Megan, if you could scoot over because they're videotaping right there, sweetie. So I'd like to say thank you so much. Were there any other questions?
No, but thank you for letting us come in and tell you some questions. Okay, so thank you. Thanks everyone for being respectful. Always be respectful for your teacher, okay guys?
Well, thank you